Greetings, greetings. So we're gonna start this off by saying "Reign in Power" Bob Marley, "Reign in Power" Peter Tosh, "Reign in Power" Bunny Weller. I'm not on here to slander anybody. However, what I am going to do is, use my voice and my platform to set the record straight and to present real information. So I'll just let that speak for itself. I'm going to be showing somebody else's video, and again, you'll see for yourself. I guess where he calls himself, going with this. I'll just let your eyes and ears, and again, your senses be the judge. Um, and again, just remember, like when you see the ticker I have at the bottom of your screen, just use your senses. But without further ado, let's get it.
Smash that subscribe button, family. But in the meantime, in between time, sit back and take notes, and you tell me what you think about the information that I do present to you. The first 5 minutes. So we're going to start a little bit early with Bob Marley, Peter Tosh's Revenge. Let me take this music off because it's time to go in. It's time to go in, family. Almost like I left the door open. That's right. So my thing is a little bit messed up. That's why I didn't turn it on. But yeah, with that said, let me see where I want to start. And I guess I'll start right here with an article from Medium. No. This is not where I want to start. I want to start with Bob Marley, One Love. As you probably know, or you don't, either way, the movie Bob Marley, One Love just came out, and I went to watch it, let's say yesterday or the day before. I can't remember now. But the movie was hot garbage. I watched the movie, and the movie was hot garbage. I felt compelled to just walk out of the theater because it was just so trash. But I just kind of stood there for it. And I'm going to tell you this. The story of Bob Marley is so effing amazing that movie did a very poor job of encapsulating any or all parts of the story of who he really is. Shout out to Will Justice. I will definitely do that. I have it in the trunk. That's a joke that probably only Will and a couple other people know. But yeah, we're going to pop the trunk, Will Justice. We're going to pop the trunk. Anyway, so yeah, with that said, the movie was trash. The best, here, let me ask the family, if you have not seen the...
So I'll start by saying I agree with this brother on this particular point. The movie was not about Bob Marley. The movie was not about, it didn't tell you the story of Bob Marley. If you knew nothing about him and you came to the movie expecting to get any sort of accurate depiction of his life, and not necessarily just accurate, but like that actually covered his entire life, from I guess birth. I mean, you might want to start with his mom and mention his mother more, but anywho, it's just from birth to death. If you came to the movie expecting to get that story, you did not get that, and what you actually got was the story of Rita Marley, and or her role in his life, which I mean, I'm not here to say whether it was overblown or not, but you can kind of, always follow the money, as they say. So, you can see, who's the executive producer, which is Ziggy Marley. And then also, that Rita Marley is Ziggy's mother. Um, that's Bob Marley's firstborn. So, I'll just leave you with that information. And I feel like he went downhill from here. Here's why I say this. If you want to just, you know, if the subtitle to his video is Peter Tosh's Revenge. So there's a lot of misdirected energy in this video. If you just made this video about Rita Marley, and I promise you, again, like if the viewer, the listener, if you just type in Rita Marley on Google, you yourself will find that there's so much content on this woman, so many, just so many questions, things that would make you scratch your head. I'm trying not to lead you in any direction. I have my opinions based on what I've seen, the research that I've done in preparation for this video. But to get back to my point, if he just concentrates his energy there, I don't make the video that I'm making now. There's so much content and so much information available on Rita Marley that if you just, kept Bob Marley out of this picture, like you can easily make the video and not mention Bob. You can easily, and then you can easily kind of like make a video centered around Peter Tosh. And again, anyone who does any little bit of research will, again, follow the money. You'll start to get a clear picture of who the key players are in a situation. And a bit of a spoiler alert, another key name, which, you're going to, again, anyone who's actually researched would find, is Chris Blackwell. Chris Blackwell is the founder of Island Records, which went on to be Island Def Jam, and at this particular moment in 2024 is now some whole other conglomerate. But yeah, so yeah, like again, I'll just continue to let him, speak for himself, as opposed to me, slandering him the way he's, slandering Bob Marley, a freedom fighter, the honorable Bob Marley. But I'm gonna let him speak for himself.
The movie, press 000. If you have not seen the movie Bob Marley One Love, press 000. It was just a very bad movie. Let me see what the ratings were. IMDb, which stands for International Movie Database, gave it a 6.6 out of 7. I think that's a lie. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 42%. That seems about right. And Metacritic gave it a 43. That seems about right. That movie was pure trash. That is 1 hour. Hold on, let me see how long it was. Let me see how long this movie was. Let me see. Yeah, that was 1 hour and 47 minutes of my life that I will never get back. It's gone. It's gone. Never get that life back. Now, the story of Bob Marley is so interesting. It's so amazing. It's so awesome that they have no business making a garbage movie. This movie reminded me of the Avatar Last Airbender movie. For as dope as the Avatar Last Airbender cartoon series was, that damn movie was hot garbage. This is no different. For as dope as Bob Marley was, this movie was hot garbage. Now, I'm going to tell you this. This movie wasn't even about Bob Marley. This movie was about Rita Marley. The whole darn movie was about Rita Marley. What are you talking about? This movie wasn't even about Bob Marley. And I'm going to show you why this movie was about Rita Marley.
Remember that phrase. What are you talking about? And also, like I said, all you have to do is concentrate this video about Rita Marley. All you have to do is actually have done, just be an honest person and have done a little bit of research and preparation before you rush to cut your microphone on and your camera on, and was uber disrespectful and meant and F Bob Marley. Like you didn't have to do any of this. So just remember that, right?
Because Rita Marley's behind the whole thing. Rita Marley is damn near a mob boss, the matriarch of a crime family. I'm gonna go into Rita Marley. Rita Marley will unalive you. I'm not playing with nobody. She's certified. Anyway, so now the best thing about the movie, which was about Rita Marley, was the soundtrack. The soundtrack to that movie wasn't nothing but the truth. I listened to that movie as a long video.
Okay, so that's the first clue, right? So anyone who's actually listened to Bob Marley's music and has, dove into not just the radio singles, but who's actually like listened to, like, there's not that many songs that he has recorded that I don't know by heart. And I'm actually going to show some of his lyrics a little bit later in this video. But that should be your first smoking gun that this guy has no idea what he's talking about. If you're going to say that the movie was garbage, then like, I don't like, why are you separating the movie from the soundtrack? Because the soundtrack was also just a bunch of singles that anyone, can go get a best of Bob Marley album in here. Like it's not even like deep cuts. It's like they don't even have like a lot of his good, singles. So for you to say, yeah, that was like, I mean, all right, there's your first clue that, someone's trying to deceive you. Are you, here's another spoiler alert. Here's a question I want you guys to ask yourself while you're listening to this guy talk. Is he dumb or deceitful? It's a question. I'm asking you a question.
For his songs, I would have accepted that. That movie is a biopic. I don't accept that. I accept it as a long video. This movie could have been shot by Hype Williams. Hype Williams could have done a better job at making this movie, because the movie was nothing more than a long music video. That movie was not about his life. That was a long music video. As a biopic, it was trash. As a music video, I'm gonna say it was, it was cool. All right, so I'll start there. The daggone thing didn't even tell about what was really going on, but that's me harping. That's me harping. Let's get to the real deal. So in this article, it's only a 3-minute read. It's from Medium. It says, the article is titled "Why Peter Tosh, Not Bob Marley, Should Be Regarded as Jamaica's Greatest Ever."
Keep track of this guy's sources. You're going to claim to have receipts. Also, again, this guy has a very prolific, history of like I want you guys to comb through his channel and look through his videos. Just, take some time here and like listen to the way he speaks to you. Listen to the way he professes. He represents himself as, a super objective, like somebody who knows the difference between facts and opinions, someone who knows the value, or not just the value of, but the imperative nature of, cross-referencing different sources of information before you call something a fact. So Medium, whatever the website this is, medium.com. I mean, again, we all have the internet. It's 2024. I want everybody to keep in mind what he's calling a receipt, what he considers a reliable source. As you watch this, you ask yourself, is this anything that's like concrete, or is this just somebody else's opinion about something? Use your senses.
Musical export. Let's get into it. So here we are. The late, great Peter Tosh. Put some respect on his name. Now, let me just start here, because most of you probably don't even know who Peter Tosh is. And there's nothing wrong with that. So let me just kind of give you an idea of who Peter Tosh is, and then we can start talking about him, because now we know who he is. His real name is Winston Hubert McIntosh. He was born October 19, 1944, and he died 9/11, 1987. Professionally known as Peter Tosh, was a Jamaican reggae artist, musician, along with Bob Marley and Bunny Wailer. He was one of the core members of the band, the Wailers. This dude, him and Bob Marley basically started that group together. Peter Tosh is a founding member. He was one of the originals within the Bob Marley movement. After which he established himself as a successful solo artist and promoter of Rastafari. He was murdered in 1987 during a home invasion. So that's pretty much the gist. I won't go too deep into it because there's so much to go into. So that's Peter Tosh, the founding member, one of the founding members, excuse me, I don't know why I can't say that word, of well, ho. Let me throw my. So where am I at? Lord Taharka is all wise, right, and exact. He says, yes, facts, Crumb. Rita cut the royalties Bob promised the band. Who unalived Peter Tosh? I would say Rita unalived Bob Marley, and Rita unalived Peter Tosh.
I didn't say it. He said it. Quote, I would say. So he knows the definition of allegedly. He knows when and in what context to use it. I've heard him say it in other videos. So that would mean that he really thinks this. He really believes this. Okay, whatever. That's my issue is, again, what he's going to call a receipt. Okay, what he's going to call a credible source. So to say that she was involved with not just the transitioning of Bob Marley, but Peter Tosh as well. And again, anyone that has access to the internet can go do their own research and come to their own conclusions on that. So, I mean, you can see it on his screen. He has like 4 tabs open. I just want you to keep in mind, what, with the whole wide world, a whole World Wide Web at his disposal, I just want you guys to pay attention to what he considers a source.
I got receipts. Press 111 if you want to see my receipts. That Rita Marley, who the movie was about, unalived Bob Marley, and she unalived Peter Tosh.
He said he has receipts.
This go deep, family. This go deep. Press 111 if you want the receipts, because I got the receipts. And if you want them, I'll give them. You already know I'm gonna give them to you. Anyway, so let's keep going. Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Okay. In February 2001, my mother was interred. Interred. By the fourth quarter of the year, I had gone off to boarding school and my brother was entering the university, so my father was very lonely. During the holidays, I would accompany him to his place of work. We still lived in Warri at the time, but my father's office was about 30 kilometers from Asawa, so we would travel on Monday morning and return on Friday afternoon. Amidst bumpy roads and money-grabbing FRS officers, music made the journey more bearable. There were many audio cassettes in the pigeonhole of my father's something 405 reggae music. 405 reggae music distracted him from the pain of his wife's demise, of his wife's demise. And there was this interesting sense of timing that accompanied the tape containing Peter Tosh's album. We were closing in on Agbor if Stepping Razor was playing, and if Jah Guide was blaring out of the speakers, we had probably reached.
Side note, Stepping Razor is one of the few Peter Tosh songs I like. That song is tough. So again, I'm not here for division, nor am I here to sway anybody's opinion. There's two types of people in this world: people who control you or people who want to free you. Anybody, if you're watching / listening to this, that means you have internet access. Go listen to both of their music, whatever streaming platform you have. And again, music is art. Art is all about, perspective. So whoever you say was quote unquote better, okay, I'm not here to argue with you. My personal opinion, Bob Marley, and it's not that close. And again, I'm going to be respectful. I want to be clear, I'm going to be fair, and I'm going to be objective. Peter Tosh, 100% a freedom fighter. So I'm going to put all due respect on his name. I'm not saying F anybody. If I'm going to say that about anybody, it'll be Rita. But I mean, again, that's, you guys can come to your own conclusions on her. Same thing with Chris Blackwell. But again, come to your own conclusions on him. Do your own research. I'm trying to insert my opinions less, but just quickly, Step and Razor, I Am That I Am. I mean, it's tough songs. Peter Tosh has so the way I do albums, the way I grade albums is how many songs do I have to skip? Bob Marley has easily 3 to 5 albums where you do not need to touch the skip button. I can't say that about Peter Tosh. And that's just my opinion. And if you have a different one, I'm not going to argue with you. Mine is, however, there's, again, 3 to 4, I can't listen to that much Peter Tosh. It just acoustically doesn't sound good. The message is, yes, the message is important. Yes. So, I mean, obviously, delivery matters, right? And delivery is subjective. So if you like your delivery, given to you, in a way that you don't really care about, how something sounds musically or acoustically, whatever. That's you know, but that's also I'm also kind of like building up to another point, which is that again, as you'll hear, he's gonna tear down. He's gonna at least attempt to tear down or discredit Bob Marley's message, and that's the most important thing about him. To me, his integrity. That's what I'm here to defend. That's why I make this video. His integrity. He never compromised his integrity. Okay, and that's when I look at who's a freedom fighter or who's not. Excuse me. When I, you know, and this is again my opinion based off facts, yes, but when I, and no man is perfect. There's no man that's ever existed that's, without flaw or without imbalance. And I don't do man worship. But what I also don't do is like what Crumbs is going to proceed to do is either make a video with no information or like just flat out try to deceive you for, I don't know, just for shock value, just to be a contrarian. I don't know, to play the role of a villain. I don't know what his goal is, but what I do know is that Bob Marley's credibility is not up for debate at all. You can go listen to it. And again, I'm going to, matter of fact, I'll do less talking. I'll let Bob speak for himself. I'll let the Honorable Robert Nesta Marley speak for himself, reign in power. Because again, he's quote one of, spoiler alert, one of this guy's quotes is Bob Marley wasn't about that revolution. Okay. All right. I'll let, you let your senses be the judge. Use your senses.
Reached someplace Igbo. Peter Tosh was not better. Not Peter Tosh was not just the better instrumentalist compared to Bob Marley. Family, that's a big part. Peter Tosh, a better instrumentalist than Bob Marley. Both of them played the guitar. Peter Tosh played the guitar way better than Bob Marley played the guitar. This isn't even a conversation. This is a matter of fact. Bob Marley would have told you that. Nobody's arguing that Peter Tosh is
First of all, who cares?
Better than Bob Marley. We all know and understand.
Who cares? Who played the guitar better? Who the bleep cares? Second of all, no, that's not big. So again, pay attention to what he considers a big deal, what's important, and what he doesn't. Third, subjective. Like, look at what he's doing. This isn't me. He went to whatever website. What website is this? Whatever website this is someone else's opinion. And he's literally regurgitating someone else's opinion that he pulled up as a receipt to prove something. Like, this is a really easy video for me to make because there's so many, just not just inaccuracies. It's like, it's hard for me to tell whether he's, just dumb or deceitful.
Peter Tosh is just a better musician. This isn't even a debate. It is what it is. I digress. He was also the better writer. Pete, you probably don't know this. You probably don't know. But whichever Bob Marley song is your favorite, Peter Tosh probably wrote that. Whichever Bob Marley song is your favorite, I don't know when your favorite is, but whichever one your favorite is, Peter Tosh probably wrote it. It's just a reality y'all gonna have to deal with. Don't kill the messenger.
All right. So remember Bill Duke? You know he done bleeped up, right? This is where, he already went left, but this is where he really makes himself look stupid. And I'm gonna try to be as respectful as I can. And while he's being going out of his way to be disrespectful. He starts and ends the video with "Bleep Bob Marley." I stand on that. So, so again, this is someone who you can go watch all of his other videos. He claims to know what receipt is and what facts are and what credibility is and like what's accurate, honest journalism, objective delivery of factual information. He knows the definitions of verifiable. One of my biggest pet peeves is like, and I think this is like one of the easiest like tells of someone that's lying to you. You can't be smart and dumb at the same time. You can't be really smart and be super condescending, like smart to where you're like condescending, like, I know you guys don't know who Peter Tosh is, and I've got receipts, family, trust me. And you email me if you want receipts. He's probably charging people for the little PowerPoints that he makes with websites like this. So it's like this is it's not just easily debunkable claim that he's making, but so all right, here's my point. All right. He knows the definition of words. He's aware of etymology, which is the origin of the word, the original definitions. I feel like he uses the word probably here for a reason because A, he hasn't done any actual research. B, he's never listened to Bob Marley. C, he doesn't really listen to Peter Tosh. Like these are all things that are easily verifiable. You can go to any streaming platform and go to the credits. You can go to Wikipedia and easily see that Bob Marley and Peter Tosh, Bunny Wailer, all parted ways, or let me say it this way. Peter Tosh and Bunny Wailer separated themselves from Bob Marley 1974, latest, at the latest. So common sense would just pure common sense. And Wikipedia, like not hard deep digging, like 5 minutes of Wikipedia and common sense would show you that it's factually impossible for Peter Tosh to have written any of Bob Marley's music after 1974. Bob Marley transitioned in 1981. He was recording all the way up pretty much until his deathbed. So that's 7 years worth of music, 7 years worth of recording. That like make it make sense. Matter of fact, let me use his words. What are you talking about? You can't just go from receipts to probably. Now, when I press play, he's gonna talk. He's gonna refer to 2 songs throughout this entire video. He's gonna use the example of "Get Up, Stand Up," and that's also easily debunkable because they share writing credits on that song, which is why they both were able to perform that song. Like there's a version of "Get Up, Stand Up" on Peter Tosh's what Peter Tosh album is that? It's his first one, I believe. Yeah, but there's a version of that. They both have a version of it. Bob Marley has a version of "Get Up and Stand Up," "Get Up, Stand Up," and Peter Tosh has one. I'll also again be objective. I like Peter Tosh's version slightly better than I like Bob Marley's version. However, again, if we're just being factual. That's my opinion. If we're just talking factual information, the one example that you gave, you can't go into any courtroom with one shred of evidence or what you call evidence. Like, so there's that right there. But the one example that you gave is easily debunkable by anyone who can read. And then what about the other 6 years of music that Bob Marley wrote, that even if there is another name listed under the writing credits, it's not Peter Tosh. Because again, Peter Tosh parted ways, as well as Bunny Wailer parted ways with Bob Marley in 1974. So, I mean, again, what are you talking about, Mr. Crumb? Also, there's another song that just a little bit of a spoiler alert. And these are tells that someone doesn't listen to the musician that they're talking about. Have you ever had a conversation with someone and, like, let's just say you guys are discussing your opinion on music, and for whatever reason, this person, instead of easily just stating, hey, I don't really listen to them. I don't listen to this artist to really have an opinion. I need to listen to them more. Instead, they rush to, put their foot in the mouth and give their very strident opinion. And it's like, you ever like ask them, like, all right, so like what are some of your favorite songs? Or like, why, like you just do any, you ask any follow-up question, you just do a little bit more digging, and they can't mention any more than like 2 or 3 songs. And then those 2 or 3 songs that they mention are all like radio singles. So like he does this. Anyone who's never listened to any Bob Marley album can name those 2 songs, Get Up, Stand Up, and One Love. Okay? Like, it's really comical. Like, what, again, he's trying to sell you. This should, again, at a certain point, this should start offending your senses.
Don't kill the messenger. Y'all is going in. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it. Give me a second. I promise. Get Up, Stand Up, one of Marley's biggest hits, was written by Peter Tosh. Now, see, this is the thing that you probably don't know about Peter Tosh. And I put it in my PowerPoint. Where's the PowerPoint at? That's not the PowerPoint. Did I share the PowerPoint? Oh, I did not. Oh, it's
so I'm doing this live as I'm listening to you. This isn't hard research, ladies and gentlemen. This is Apple Music. I use Apple Music currently as my streaming platform of choice. I'm thinking about canceling them. But anyone with Apple Music can do this exercise with me. Remember I said I like Peter Tosh's version of Get Up, Stand Up actually slightly better. So the name of the album is Equal Rights. Peter Tosh, Equal Rights. The very first song on Equal Rights is Get Up, Stand Up. It's clear as day, written 1977. You hit the 3 dots on the side. View credits. It's the very top option. You just do a little bit of scrolling. Hey, Crumb, this is called research. It's not in depth. These aren't days and days and days of reading papers and like compiling really obscure hard to get documents. Like, this is just honest research. So I'm doing this exercise live. What I can do is screenshot it and I can easily upload this as well. But again, I'm on Peter Tosh. I'm under Peter Tosh. Get Up, Stand Up. Album Equal Rights. So this is Peter Tosh's version of the song. And under composition and lyrics, anyone with Apple Music can do exactly what I'm saying. It says what? Bob Marley and Peter Tosh. Crumb, what are you talking about? Like, this is a really easy video to do, ladies and gentlemen. This guy has 40 something subs. I read from the comments that I did read, it was like maybe 3 people who checked them. I did take a picture of it, so I'll show those as well. But like, yeah, for the other 40, so I don't know how many people view this. I can easily back. Matter of fact, let's do this. Because I like to again get receipts. How many views is 6,000 views? Shame on y'all, yo. 5,997 of y'all watched this shit and y'all didn't check them. You should read all the glazers in the comments. Like, it's bad, yo. Like, y'all, like, do your research. Don't ever accept anyone's crumbs of understanding. Never listen to somebody. Don't listen to me. If you have access to the internet, just go read for yourself. If you know how to read, you got access to the internet, you have no excuse to let somebody lie to you. These people get cameras and these iPhones and laptops, and they learn how to stream and record them. You give these people social media platforms. Everybody has a voice and opinion nowadays, but it's like it's a pros and cons of everything. This is one of those times when it's like, yo, like all you had to do, again, dumb or dishonest. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna let him talk. Dumb or dishonest? Like, is he this dumb or is he this dishonest? That he thinks he can. He thinks nobody. Well, maybe he's right. Maybe he's right because there's you can go by the comments. All the people in the comment section. It's like 3 people who checked them, and I don't want to play.
Oh, it's right here. Okay, interesting. Let me put this over here. So right here, you're not going to understand this particular part until I play the video. I have a video of Peter Tosh talking, but this is not going to make sense. But there's a video that I have of Peter Tosh talking, and in that video, which did like some ridiculous number, it did like 100 million or something. And this was one of the comments inside that Peter Tosh interview that was somewhere in the UK. It said Bob was killed, Peter was fired. If you look at the relationship between Peter Tosh and Bob Marley, if you look at that relationship, Peter Tosh is more of a Malcolm X and Bob Marley is more of a Martin Luther King. Peter Tosh, if you go and look at who he is and compare the two, Peter Tosh was about that life. Peter Tosh was the one who wrote get up, stand up for your rights. That's the type of dude Peter Tosh was. The type of dude
one example that he's given.
Bob Marley, one love, one love. See,
and this is another clear like definition of what I mean by like dumb or deceitful. Okay, so again, they share writing credits. You can go to Bob Marley or Peter Tosh and look at either song, Get Up, Stand Up, and it says the same thing. Bob Marley, Peter Tosh. So for you to keep saying, for this to be your receipt, your proof, your reason that Bob Marley wasn't what he's going to say is Bob Marley wasn't about the revolution, and that Peter Tosh was all the things that Bob Marley wasn't or pretended to be, and this to be your reason. Anyone can debunk this. So now I'm leaning on the side of dumb because and this is all, I don't know, lazy. It proves beyond any shadow of a doubt, you did not do any research, bro. You didn't do any research. You didn't research anything. You thought these 4 or 5 browsers he got, I don't know, he's doing this on the fly also, which is what you'll notice in all the videos that he does. All the videos that he does without, shout out to the brother Minister of Information. Y'all go check him out. Every video that Minister of Information is not on is, it's kind of the same thing. He's going to shaky sources, Wikipedia, or like sources, and he calls these things facts, receipts, whatever the hell. So yeah, I'm leaning on the side of dumb. Like I don't know, maybe, and I'm trying to be respectful. I'm not trying to slander the brother too much, but just be careful who you listen to. This guy has 44 something thousand subscribers. He's trying to tell you that he's making a case to you that Bob Marley is soft, that he's Martin Luther King, turn other cheek, and that Peter Tosh is Malcolm X. Like Bob Marley, Malcolm X, and Tupac are like 3 of the my favorite human beings that ever existed. Again, I don't do man worship. I'm not here to say that they were perfect. You know what I mean? I'm not, so please don't put me in a category of all the glazers that are in Crumb TV's comment section. I don't join movements, I don't join temples and whatever the hell. I'm not affiliated with any movement, temple, anything. But like, it's just a really lazy, loosey-goosey, dumb, like parallel that he's trying to make. And I'm gonna let him continue to, like, put his foot in his whole leg and the rest of his appendages in his mouth. But that's the first. Like, he didn't write that alone. They both share writing credits, bro. Read.
Let's get together. Ain't nobody trying to hear that love shit. Stop with the fucking love songs, bro. We about the revolution. We're talking about that love. Peter Tosh.
Okay. Again, does he read? Has he listened to One Love? One love, one heart. Let's get together. Hear the children crying. Like, that's a radio super single, right? On every best of Bob Marley comp, like next to 3 Little Birds, Exodus. You know what I'm saying? Are you that dumb that you don't know the difference between a love song and a song that's about unity? So do you play this like when you're trying to set the mood? Do you play Bob Marley One Love? Or maybe would you go play some Keith Sweat? I don't know. It depends on how old you are. I'm 36, so like you're calling this a love. Ain't nobody trying to hear that love stuff. Okay, let's. And this is the part where I have to like be forgiving with my tone, because it's very clear that I don't know. He's just a guy with a platform and apparently now a little bit of followers and some clout. And I don't know, maybe he's lost really the purpose for why he started out. Like, all right, let's start here. Can we start here? Can we all agree that there is no revolution without love? Like, there is no unity without love. Like, it all starts and ends with love. Like, I'm not here to sway anybody's personal beliefs, but like, I can show you song after song after song. I mean, I can just do it with music. I don't have to go any further than music to show you that the sole purpose, or just if you're familiar with reincarnation, and just like the sole purpose of like the highest achievement you can get to on this plane is like, that's the goal. It's unconditional love. Tupac, unconditional love. That's the purest emotion that you can display. And that alone is, again, from what I gather from all these different religions, a bunch of songs that I can easily show you, um, is the goal. Um, that's quote unquote the revolution. So in that viewpoint in and of itself, it kind of like shows, I guess, just where he is on his current stage of like self-discovery, and that's okay. Like I said, I'm trying not to be disparaging. I'm trying to be judgmental. Um, but without love, there is no revolution, inwardly or outwardly. Um, so I just, maybe he needs to like really get that part of the message before he continues on whatever his journey is, and his self-discovery. And it, but I, just a word of advice, like I said, you want to be careful who you listen to. Because it's right. Like I want to be forgiving and understanding, but it's also hard for me to believe that you can't listen to one love and discern between that being a love song or a freedom song. Is he talking about unity, or is he singing to a woman how much in love with her she is? Is he begging? Like, if he's smart enough to know the difference. So by him saying this to you, he's assuming that you don't. So he's assuming that you're that dumb. So like I said, I want you to use your senses. I'm gonna always say it. If you know how to read and you have discernment, and like any shred of it, really, like this should offend you. This is garbage. But I'm go ahead.
Josh was about the revolution. Bob Marley wanted to be friends with white people. What are you talking about? Press, wait, did we do 111 already? Yeah. Press 222 if you understand Peter Tosh was about revolution and Bob Marley wanted to be friends with white people. These are two very different characters inside of one group. I'm so glad the first person who put 222 was Music Land HQ 82. And I'm not surprised. Number one, he's in Jamaica right now. Shout out to Jamaica.
Okay, so what are you talking about, man? Bob Marley wanted to be friends with white people. What are you talking about, Crumb? Dumb people look for differences. Smart people look for similarities / solutions. I need you to go show me anything in, like, there's dozens of interviews that you can pull up of Bob Marley. There's so much media and material out here for someone to try to lie to you. Like that's my first thought. Show me the video. Someone find for me, leave it in the comments, leave a link to it. The video, the behavior of Bob Marley that suggests that his sole goal was to be friends with white people. This is also someone, again, in other videos, who will profess to you that to know the difference between, to know that there's no such thing as a white person. But we'll come back. That's a whole nother, whole nother video I'll do. But anyway, show me the behavior. Show me the song. Like, where are you getting this from? Yes, his father, Bob Marley's father, was white. Yes, Bob Marley's several of his kids' mothers are quote unquote white. Who cares? What did Bob Marley like? Judge the man by like his actions and his message. How did he use his platform? Did he use his platform to say, "Hey, everybody, can we all just be friends with white people? Can we all just, get along?" because I can show you. Well, I will, not I can, I will. Again, we'll let Bob Marley's lyrics speak for themselves. But again, for you to say that he's Martin Luther King, again, and I guess to try to suggest to you or insinuate that he's soft, that he's a sellout. He wasn't about the revolution. You have to find me the turn the other cheek behavior or songs that Bob Marley wrote. Find me the interview. Leave it in the comments. Leave the link in the comment section, and I'll make a video, stating that, oh, I stand corrected. I've gotten some new information. I'll, credit you, whoever left it, would find it for me. I have, pretty much for a very long time been aware of Bob Marley and have been, digging songs, interviews, documentaries, for a very long time. I don't want to put a number of years on it, but easily over 10 years. My daughter's name is Marley and she's 12. So at least 12 years minimum. So I don't know. I just, in 12 years, there's so much media out here, so much information, Pop, Bob Marley, Malcolm X. It's the equivalent to me of saying that. Then for you to back up that statement, Crumb, you would have to show, again, there's hundreds of, of YouTube videos of Malcolm X speeches, of Tupac interviews, Bob Marley interviews. To me, they all kind of sound the same way, right? They all sound like a man with a clear purpose, a goal, and men who at no point in time ever, was it ever a question of them compromising their integrity? Their entire career from start to finish, they were trying to free you. And they were all, they all met the same fate. So I don't, you can't, he can't verify any of these claims, which to me, I guess, kind of is proof of why he's using these, super obscure websites and just using those as receipts and hoping you, the viewer, are that lazy or just, whatever, that dumb, or he's hoping you're dumber than him. Let me just go ahead and say that. He's hoping that you're dumber than him. Now, again, I don't like to put words in people's mouths, but no diddy, use your senses. Use your senses. Because again, if you can read and you have access to the internet, you can easily prove if someone is saying what someone is saying to you is accurate or not. It doesn't take long and it's not hard. You just have to have the will, the want to. Another funny side note, this guy knows music because his YouTube handle is Musicland HQ82. It's perfect. Sometimes the jokes write themselves.
But number two, look at his name. Music Man. This brother knows music. Everybody knows, but this brother, I'm glad he was first, because this is, Peter Tosh is not to be taken lightly. Peter Tosh will get up stand up for your rights. Peter Tosh is that dude. Peter Tosh was on no One Love shit. Ain't nobody trying to hear that One Love shit, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Let me go into that One Love shit where we see number one, Bob Marley cheated on Rita a lot. He cheated on Rita a lot, and I'm not tripping on that. I'm not tripping on that. Shout out to brother Cam. He said Peter Tosh was war ready. This is the real Peter Tosh was war ready. Bob Marley wasn't war ready. Peter Tosh was war ready.
Bob Marley.
Martin Luther King was.
Bob Marley made a song called War. He's also going to state verbatim, Bob Marley wasn't about that revolution. Bob Marley has a song called Revolution. Now, the Bob Marley War song, again, if you do any research, it's not hard to find that that's actually a speech that was delivered by Haile Selassie. So I just don't know where he's getting his information from, / I don't think that he bothered to get any information. I think he just wanted some attention, and he, had maybe like 30 minutes prior found out who Peter Tosh was and decided to make a video. That's the best conclusion I got. Dumb or deceitful. Again, let your senses be the judge.
Wasn't war ready. Malcolm X was war ready. We dealing with two very different type of people. I myself am not a Bob Marley type of person. I'm a Peter Tosh type of person. Y'all can be whoever you want. You can be Bob Marley and you can be whoever it is you want to be. I'm more of a Peter Tosh type of dude. So Bob Marley with this whole one love, let's get together and feel. No. Remember, Bob Marley got with that damn Canadian girl who was born in Canada. I'm joking. She was born in Canada. Who was born in Canada, lived in Jamaica. The white girl won Miss Jamaica. At one point in time, they said she was the prettiest woman in all of Jamaica. Press 333 if they a goddamn lie. They said this white, one love. No, Bob Marley, you took an L with that one. Bob Marley, you took an L with that one.
Everybody's catching the smoke.
They said she was the pretty. Press 333 if you know damn well this white girl is not.
Who cares? Let's see your baby's mother. Let me see your wife or your past couple girlfriends. You want to show us those? Who the bleak cares, dog? Why are you talking about somebody's mother? This is Damian Marley's mother, who's going to, again, go on to, just bash Damian Marley for no reason. Again, find me the song or the point in Damian Marley's career that shows he's a sellout. Like, the reason I come to a loss for words, even though I took notes for this video, and I call myself preparing at least a little bit more than he did. But the reason I come, you'll find me like stuttering sometimes, guys. It's literally like hard. It's that dumb. It's like that scummy. It's like that low of a frequency. That like it's hard to like then go behind, and even like when I'm like dissecting his lies and his stupid opinions, his worthless, meaningless, irrelevant opinions. Like it's I don't know, it's hard to fathom that. Again, go watch any of his other videos. He calls himself, a freedom fighter, and he calls himself teaching us and a master student, and all this, that, and the third. And then it's like, why are you trashing Damian Marley's mother? Can you put some respect on his mother's name? So the bleep what if you don't find her attractive? I personally don't find skinny white women attractive, but I mean that's who the bleep cares? Who cares? How is it relevance? Relevance. That's what they say in the courtroom, right?
Is not the prettiest girl in Jamaica, not from year 1, not year 2024, not year 1973. I don't care what year. I don't care what year you're in. This trick is not going to be the prettiest girl in Jamaica. in Trinidad, in Belize. What are you talking about, Bob Marley? Stop it. Peter Tosh would have never played these games. One love. No, what are you talking about? Now, remember, you can't blame Bob Marley for doing that with this girl. Because remember, him and Bob Marley had a baby named Damian Marley. Of all of the Marley children, Damian Marley got the most money. Out of all the Marley children, Damian Marley, remember, your daddy is half white.
All right. So pocket watching is teenage, is immature feminine energy. I'm trying to say that as respectful as possible because for starters, I don't want to put that on all women. Like, I'm not Crumb. I discern. I'm not gonna bash all women. I'm just gonna, so I'm gonna leave that there. That's as far as I'm willing to go. But I really want to say that's BITC, H energy. But like, I'm trying to be. I'm trying. Y'all, you tell me what it is. Why did out of all the kids, he has the most money? So did that research? That it's weird what research you did. That's really weird. For start, really weird what research you had time to get. But try this one, Crumb. Maybe he's the most prolific. Maybe he's had the most prolific career, like musical career, from features, albums, singles. Maybe he's the most relevant. When was the last of the Marley children to release an album? Like, get out of his pocket. Why are you blaming it? Okay, like it's really easy from the surface level to like without doing any research. And like this is like when people I hate when people do this. Like they use the race card like for situations that it shouldn't be applied to whatsoever. And it's like it makes us, it kind of makes this all look it let me phrase this a different way, excuse me. It lessens or dilutes when there are circumstances of actual real racism, when there are situations that should get more exposure, it dilutes those. It's like that. It's like you're flip flopping when and when not. You want to like I guess on some of his other videos, like it's he bashes white people too, but then he also again he claims to know history. So you can't do this thing where it's just like, well, the only reason that Bob Marley is successful is because his father is white. His father had nothing to do with his music career. His Bob Marley did not inherit a dime from his father. Please go do some research. Damian Marley, like, I'm just again, if someone can find any research to the contrary, please leave the link in the comments section. But I'm struggling to find a connection that he's trying to just shove in your face and force down your throat. That okay, the only reason that Damian Marley has more money than the rest of the Marley siblings is because his mother is white. That's the best. That's what he is trying to sell you. I mean, okay. Or you don't listen to any of their music. You don't check for it. It's not on your radar. So you're not really like qualified to have this discussion and or make this video. But he has the internet and he has 44 something subscribers and he has an ego and he has an appetite for dopamine as we all do. So, despite not having done any research, again, dumb or deceitful, he, rushed to just shove all this in your face. Just relevance. Why am I saying all this? Keep all of this in mind when he's trying to sell you that he has receipts, when he's speaking to you from a condescending standpoint. You don't know. You guys probably don't know who Peter Tosh is, and that's okay. And go listen to the condescending tone and all of his other videos. Now, again, I want you to just match that with this. Use your senses. This is what he's trying to sell you. This is what he calls research.
And your mama is all white. Damian Marley, I can't speak for him. I can't speak for him. I don't know who co-signed Damian Marley, but not me. That's a white boy, in my opinion. And listen, him might be the same complexion, but my mama black and my daddy black, so-called. Your daddy is half of one of them, and your mama is all the way one of them. And how the hell did you get all the money of all your brothers and sisters? I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. This whole one love shit, Peter Tosh wasn't going for none of that. What are you talking about, one love? What are you talking about, one love? No. Somebody talking about one drop rule. That's fine. But there's a rule. You are what your mama is. You are what your mama is. You are what your mother is. Rule. There's a rule. You are what your mama is. Slave rule.
I told you, lazy research. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Partis
He goes and gets it on the spot.
Ventum. The legal doctrine of partis sequitur ventum was derived from Roman civil law, specifically portion.
The problem with this is that you don't really understand it. You don't know what it's called. You faintly remember what it's called. So then you go Wikipedia something real quick and then use that as proof of something else dumb you said, which is that Damian Marley is white because Bob Marley's father was white, and then so like, but then you guys got to go watch some of his other videos because he knows that there's no such thing as white and black people. He knows that. He's very aware of that. That's what a lot of his content is about. These terms, black and white, are socially engineered like constructs for specific reasons. I don't want to digress too much, but Crumb knows this. And go watch any of his other videos. So again, it's just like a really bad faith argument point that he's trying to like sell you. And again, this is the problem with not knowing something, but having access to the internet and I guess a platform and 44 something subscribers. It's just like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Who cares, boss? Let's fire up this camera. Let me make some content. Need some clout. Need some dopamine. Need some content.
Portions concerning slavery and personal property. You are what your mama is. You are what your mama is. And last time I checked, your mama a white girl. Now Bob Marley, his mama a black girl. But Damian, your mama a white girl. That's partis sequitum ventrum.
So he can't.
That's an old. You are what your mama is.
He just said. So he just contradicted himself that fast. Like, his lack of self-awareness is alarming. So the point that you're using to call Damian Marley white doesn't then apply to. You just said Bob Marley was white. You just said your daddy was white. Your daddy was one of them, and you one of them. You just said that. And then the one lazy dumbass bit of like proof that he's gonna like use to again justify his claim Like you are with okay, so if you are what your daddy is, according to him, and according to his, this one Latin, doctrine that that he's getting from Wikipedia, like so then so then Bob Marley then will be black. So then you just contradict yourself, dummy. Like make it make sense, yo.
Y'all better stop playing with me, Damian Marley. I can't vouch for Damian Marley. I can't vouch for him because he out there banging. Look at his mama. His mama was the most beautiful girl in Jamaica. Look at that goofy. I ain't even trying to take shots at nobody, but come on, girl. Go on, girl. Anyway, but this is the same thing. Remember, I remember back in the day, a lot of y'all got mad at me. A lot of y'all got mad at me. A lot of y'all got, remember back in the day when y'all got mad a year ago, y'all got mad at me for this post. I posted this in the community tab of my YouTube channel. Bob Marley's white daddy was 60 and his mama was 16. Can somebody press 444 if you remember when I posted this and I told you his daddy was 60 and his mama was 16 when they first met? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Your daddy was a European predator. Your daddy was a European predator. And I remember when I said this, a lot of you had gave me heat. Oh, Crumb, I Googled it and it said his mama was 19. Yeah, if you Google it, it's going to say his mama was 19 to make it seem okay. But if you go look at the documentary, it was a very different story, according to the documentary. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it.
Seen, but I am glad.
No, that's not it.
Last time you're married. Are you married?
No.
That's not it.
Yes, but his name is Nathan. I met him right there in 9 Mile. And then as a white man in the district, I ride his horse and things like that. He and my father becomes good friends. Then at that time, he see this little girl, and I guess he liked her, and we finally get together. And that's how it happened.
How old was your sister when she met the captain?
She was, what, 16?
She said it. She was 16. When I put this on Facebook, on YouTube, a lot of you idiots who try to challenge me with a quick Google search, stop talking. I Googled it. It says she was 19. Her sister said she was 16. Are you happy now?
Okay.
Who are you going to believe? Google.
So he's calling you all idiots, and he just a quick Google search. You mean the stuff you're doing right now? You clearly did no research for this video, bro. And you literally had the audacity to try to talk down on call someone else dumb. And you're doing the same while doing the same thing. The lack of self-awareness is crazy.
Or her sister. Who are you going to believe? And it's the thing about Bob. One love. Bob was like father, like son.
You see, I can't deal with the Western ways of life.
Like father, like son.
I understand you're married. Are you married?
No. You see, I can't deal with the Western ways of life. If I must live by law, it must be the laws of His Majesty. If it's not the laws of His Majesty, well, I can make my own law.
When did you first meet Bob?
I see Bob every day. Bob live on 2nd Street, I live on 1st Street. I would take no notice of him because it would bother me. And I would go and tell my mother.
How old were you?
All right, just go ahead and get this out the way right now. Spoiler alert. So I'm trying not to call them names, yo. But what is, and this is like really scummy behavior. So that's the name I was trying to avoid calling him. I'm trying to be forgiving. You know, this is about unity. So I don't want to be him. All right. He's trying to insinuate that Bob Marley is a, a, a PDF file. Okay. So, like, again, he's not really like doing any concrete research to support this. He's going to TikTok and getting quick video clips. Excuse me. You know, 16, 8, like, I'm not here for that discussion in particular, but we all know that like the age of consent varies, you know, based on where you live, as does like the time span in which you grew up. Please be very clear. There is no, this, like, before I say one more word, I have daughters. This is not me in any way, shape, or form um, trying to like speak for PDF. Like, and no, this is before anybody even comes to that thought. Cancel it right there. If that's what you're thinking, go listen, go watch, go subscribe to Crumb TV, because you don't lack the necessary level of discernment to be here. So I got that disclaimer out the way. I'm going to continue my statement, because again, what he's doing is trying to insinuate that Bob Marley's father was a PDF file, and like father, like son. These are his words. So that's a really, think about the allegations that he's making in his video. Rita Marley is responsible for the transitioning of Peter Tosh and Bob Marley, and Bob Marley is a PDF file. And the only reason Damian Marley has more money than the rest of his siblings is because his mother's white. I mean, I just want everybody to take inventory this far. We're not like, this video is taking longer than I thought. But I just want everybody to take inventory of what he's trying to sell you and the allegations that he's making. But again, quickly, anybody who knows anything about history and who isn't just viewing, whose morality is solely shaped by mainstream United States Constitution, hijacked city government, anyone who, again, just research history. So Bob Marley grew up in an era. Bob Marley is not from the United States. Let's be clear about that. Okay. So Bob Marley, I don't know what the age of consent was in Jamaica around that time, but again, that's something to be considered. That's like before any rational person would make this insinuation, and is really slander, because he's really not being very subtle about it. So basically, you're calling, again, one of the a freedom fighter, one of the most prolific artists ever. You're calling him a PDF file. I will say this: yes, there's a lot of weird PDF type stuff that does go on amongst artists and musicians and in Hollywood. Yeah, this isn't that. Bob Marley, again, is not affiliated in any way, shape, or form with Hollywood. Please don't mistake the man for, his estate and his name and his brand, and all of the subsequent businesses, corporations that his kids have set up, and all the debauchery that Rita Marley was up to. Anywho, I just want everybody to keep everything in perspective as he's giving you this filth, as he's trying to, steer you in one direction. He's trying to insinuate that a freedom fighter is a PDF file. And again, what one would do then in order for that, like, it's a really big claim, right? So any honest person, before I open up a live mic and get on camera and say this about somebody, let me make sure I at least got something to back it up. Not TikTok. All right, cool. Well, okay. So I this is an actual video from, right, I get it, right. Okay. Then if you're going to argue with me, if you're going to be the person in the comments that says, oh, well, this is actually her talking, right, dummy, I see that. Then let me not be condescending. I apologize. But if you're that person who's going to leave that comment, I hope that you have Googled the age of consent from the time span that Bob Marley reached adulthood until whatever time he transitioned. Oh, specifically that time. Get me the legal age of consent in Jamaica. If it's 18, then hey, maybe, maybe this crummy guy has a case. Maybe this is the one argument that he's making that's not actually in bad faith, right? Maybe that's something to be examined. Because I know that another one of, and again, this isn't Crumbs research, this is my research. I know that another it might have been Damian Marley's, I'm not sure, but I know another one of Bob Marley's partners, I'll just say that. I don't want to say wives, or I don't want to use that term, was below the age of 18. Okay. So you can feel how you feel about, feel however you want to feel about that. I'm not here to steer you in any direction. What I'm here to do is also, before, again, you let anyone, frame the way you think, ask yourself just valid, logical questions. Think about, how, where do you derive your sense of moral? Are you thinking of things in terms of United States law? Because, if we're talking about what the United States has, legal and illegal, that's another losing argument. You're going to lose that argument badly if that's what you're hanging your hat on. So if you're, if that's what you're basing your morality on, if it's just, hey, it has to be 18, I just want you to examine that. I'm not swaying you either way. I'm not presenting an argument. I'm just saying, examine that. Before you comment, before you say, oh, I'm excusing, and what would you do if someone tried to talk to your 16-year-old? Before you type any of that in my comment section, I'm not presenting an argument either way. I'm just asking you, hey, where do you get your morality from? Is it just because the United States government said that you have to be 18, that you feel like that magic number is the line in the sand that defines someone, or it's not someone, excuse me, a young woman being ready and not ready? That's a question. I'll continue to let this crummy guy speak.
16.
Like father, like son. Like father, like son. Bob Marley's mother's sister said when Bob Marley's daddy was 60, she was 16. Old girl said when she was 16, Bob Marley tried to get with her. When she was 16, Bob tried to get with her. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Let me stay focused. Let me stay focused. Get Up, Stand Up, one of Marley's biggest hits, was written by Peter Tosh. The difference is that Marley was more popular and accessible with his music. Tosh was too radical and too rigid. Peter Tosh was not going to play with white people, is basically what they're saying. Respectful. He's not going to play with them, and Bob Marley is. It's really that simple. Bob Marley would sing Buffalo Soldier and still have room for softer tunes like Stir Up, Jamming, and One Love in his discography. Peter Tosh was more militant with songs like Apartheid, Equal Rights, 400 Years, and I Am That I Am, defining the political undertone of his music. The difference in ideology reflected in public interactions too. Marley would be called to play at global events, while Tosh would get beaten and tortured for daring to speak against the Jamaican government. See, this is the thing, family. The second biggest video I ever did on Crumb TV, the second biggest video, I spoke against the Jamaican government. A lot of Jamaicans got mad at me.
A few quick things I want to point out. I think the most alarming one right here. So he's still reading someone else's opinion and regurgitating it. And this is his content thus far. Keep in mind that, keep that in perspective, okay? Number two, okay, let's look at this paragraph that he's highlighted. The difference in ideology reflected in public interactions too. Marley would be called to play at global events, while Tosh would get beaten and tortured for daring to speak against the Jamaican government. Okay, this person, again, is either dumb or deceitful. By deceitful, I mean anyone who intentionally omits facts in order to shape a narrative, in order to get you to believe something. That's the definition. That doesn't get any more deceitful than that. And to me, a narrative is a fancy word for a lie. So this statement is offensive to me and anyone else who knows that Bob Marley got shot for speaking against the Jamaican government. And this is research that I should have done, so forgive me. Reign in power, because there was someone who lost their lives in that situation. Several people got shot. Bob Marley made the song about an ambush in the night. But why would you omit that in an attempt to make a case that one person is more of a freedom fighter than the other? Yes, there was an incident. There's a documented incident of Peter Tosh being beaten by the Jamaican police. Right. It's also very well documented that Bob Marley got shot, and Bob Marley was also assassinated. And this is also spoiler alert information that we're going to go over a little bit. He's going to bring it up again in some other dumb shit, but Bob Marley was assassinated. He didn't die of cancer. CIA agent, which we're going to pull up, he's going to show you the receipt. The CIA agent admitted it. So it just speaks to this guy is just not smart, and it's just more of a lack of self-awareness. It's what I should just stick to. I don't want to insult this guy. I don't want to be divisive. I don't want to, the point of this is unity, not division. You go over to Crumb TV, he's trying to sell you unity. I just want you to also keep in mind what he can, this is a severe lack of self-awareness, that your entire video, essentially, we're 30 minutes into his 59-minute video, and you're still reading from some other random ass website. This is clearly someone else's opinion that you yourself are regurgitating and using that to support your opinion. It can't get any more counterfeit than that. And again, it doesn't take any hard research to shatter this bad faith argument that this person, his source, is making. That's just really it's scummy to make it. It's scummy to write that and publish that. Not just it's crummy to repeat that and make a video about this. It's scummy for this person to write it. Again, somebody lost their life in an attempt to assassinate Bob Marley, and you omit that because of your personal music taste or preference for Peter Tosh. That's a really scummy act by you, sir, whoever wrote this article. But I mean, what's that say about Crumb.
Hold on. Let me pull up my YouTube channel. Hold on, let me pull up my YouTube channel. A lot of Jamaicans get mad at me because I spoke against the Jamaican government. Bob Marley refused to speak against the Jamaican government, and that's why he was accepted by his handlers, because his handlers could handle him. But old boy,
Bob Marley refused to speak against the Jamaican government. Like, in the interest of time, I'm gonna like try to limit my interjections, but I want you guys to remember his words when I play Bob Marley's lyrics. It will clearly show to you that this crummy individual did zero research. He has not for 1 second listened to any of Bob Marley's music beyond that One Love soundtrack, which was all singles. Crummy. It's really crummy, yeah.
boy's handlers couldn't handle him. I don't know what it's under. This is live. Let's go to popular. No, it's under videos and popular. The second biggest video I ever did, I spoke against the Jamaican government and niggas went crazy. I'm talking crazy against me. Niggas in Jamaica, yo, I vote. I love my Jamaican. Yo, family, I'm in America and I don't even vote in America. I don't support America. Why the hell my brothers and sisters in Jamaica supporting that corrupt government? The Jamaican government is no better than any other government. It's trash. That don't mean we don't like Jamaica. That means the Jamaican government is garbage. I put hashtag independence. So my vibration has always been in tune, in sync with Peter Tosh. I spoke against the Jamaican government just like he did. If Marley was Martin Luther King Jr., then Peter Tosh was Malcolm X. What are you talking about? What are you guys talking about? The only reason you like Bob Marley because he's soft on white people and soft on the government. That's why you like him.
Soft
Another
on
reason
white
why
people.
Peter Tosh, though acclaimed by peers, was
The only reason you're making this video is because prior to whatever you posted this or what recorded this, you Wikipedia Peter Tosh. Like it's scummy, yo.
not as loved as Marley may have been.
What, like, again, where is he getting this statement from that he wanted to be friendly with white people? Like, in order for you to continue to like back one of your statements up, just one.
His religious learnings. He befriended African witch doctors, and many suggested that he used voodoo. There are also suggestions that he may have been jealous of Marley's success. It was rumored that when he heard of the latter's passing from lung cancer in 1981, he made a remark along the lines of, "Now the rest of us can get the chance to make money too." That's kind of effed up. I'm not going to lie. I like Peter Parker. I'm sorry, not Peter Parker. I like Peter Tosh, but that's just a rumor. I don't believe he said that. But let's be honest. If Peter Tosh said that, that's wrong. I don't agree.
Okay, wait. So you do have a lick of discernment. All right. So you know what so okay, check. You know what jealousy sounds like, smells like, feels like. You know the frequency of that. You also, again, as the word that he just used suggested, you know the difference between I don't believe, probably, as in your favorite song, Bob Marley song, Peter Tosh probably wrote it. And then you think you know what a fact is that you have a receipt for. And I think what all of this is like showing us is that he clearly has no idea. He cannot discern a fact from an opinion, from someone else's opinion, from his opinion, from an opinion that someone else, like I this guy's discernment and self-awareness are it's like all-time low levels. This is hard to listen to, honestly.
I agree with that. I don't believe he said that.
You don't believe he said that, but if he said that, but you're not gonna do the research, of course.
But that is wrong. I will admit to that. Let's continue. Furthermore, key players in the reggae scene asserted that Tosh was difficult to work with, refusing to travel for shows outside of Jamaica and smoking too much cannabis. Reports that surfaced at the time and interviews with acquaintances also hinted at his involvement in international smuggling. I believe that this is a smear campaign from Rita Marley to make an excuse not to pay the money that Bob Marley said he was going to pay Peter Tosh, that Bob Marley owed him. Controversy aside, it is difficult to fault Peter Tosh's musicianship. It's easy to forget how.
Here's also a part where like research comes in handy, bro. It's like, where's all your smoke for Chris Blackwell? Bob Marley, especially after his transitioning, has absolutely nothing to do. And I can make the case probably easily before. I mean, like, we all know artists have very little say so as far as like distribution of funds, right? Like they're under contract. So whatever they signed and whatever else some like whether they sign someone else around them to like some type of sub agreement, or whether the people around them signed something that said that they would receive less because they weren't like the lead singer or whatever, like that's up to them and their agents, their lawyers. The artist has nothing to do with that. So again, where's your smoke? Why you can easily do 2-3 videos on Chris Blackwell, Rita Marley, and all of the really snake slithery maneuvering she did around Bob Marley's estate. Like if I and again, all of that, Bob Island Records, Chris Blackwell, those are the culprits. Like if you, I mean, I would, this video will be a lot longer. Again, I'm trying to cut it short. This video will be a lot longer if you, if excuse me, if I digress into like that part, which is really where his videos should be going. It's really the only valid direction that your video should have taken. Like if you're gonna like, if you take off the F Bob Marley title and you just leave the Peter Tosh's Revenge, okay, right? Like you can, mention the fact that Bob Marley, excuse me, Peter Tosh was written out of One Love, right? That's ridiculous. I don't agree with that either. But you also have to look at who had creative control over that. I mean, again, it's not hard research. If you're tired of me saying that, I mean, that's just like, to me, that's the easiest way to, like, it's one of the easier ways to prove to you how much research someone else did. But again, if you just do the video about that, you can easily there's hours and hours of content that you can make about Chris Blackwell and Rita Marley. If you are doing any type of real research, if you actually really cared about Peter Tosh, if you actually really gave a bleep about Peter Tosh and you weren't just clout chasing, virtue signaling, then this is where all your evidence, all your research will lead you. Follow the money. Rita Marley, Chris Blackwell. Look who was in charge of and got removed from twice the estate of Bob Marley after he transitioned. I mean, why is your like Bob Marley has nothing to do with that, obviously, after 1981, right? Obviously before, but definitely, obviously, after 1981, which is when Bob Marley transitioned. So, Crumb, what are you talking about? Anyone with cursory knowledge of how the music industry works knows that the artists have little to no say so how the funds are divided. Oh, when they're like, let alone when the artist transitions, right? Which is a whole nother, again, that's a whole nother, but like, bro, like, you can't, dumb or deceitful, right? I don't think you don't know this. I don't think he doesn't know that. So, again, why the need to drag Bob Marley or attempt to, slander a freedom fighter, a very stand-up man from, I don't know. I don't know. It's really hard to, I'll let you guys be the judge. Dumb or deceitful, or just a crummy individual.
Get how much of a great guitarist he was. He picked up the skill in one day after simply watching a man in his neighborhood play from the morning to the evening. The riffs on Stepping Razor and Down Presser Man are on level of Jimi Hendrix. Peter Tosh did not get the respect that he deserves because he was way above Bob Marley. Peter Tosh was on level with Jimi Hendrix. Nobody knows Bob Marley for being a great guitarist like Jimi Hendrix, but we know Peter Tosh as that type of artist. Peter Tosh was very much way better than Bob. Bob was just a part of the get along gang. Like Michael Jackson and Prince, Bob Marley was the performer, but Tosh was the consummate artist.
Yo, that's come on, yo. Go along, get along game is very, very, very harsh, very, very, very like discernible, identifiable slander. Right? So again, in order for you to make that claim, that accusation, one would have to show me where Bob Marley is trying to get you to get along or go along with anyone or anything along with, aside from maybe being a Rasta. Aside from his own, personal ideology, I'm not gonna call Rastafari, and it's not an ism. One of Bob Marley's quotes on One Drop, fighting against isms and schisms. So aside from his profession of him being Rastafari, which again I'm not. Bob Marley never said, "Hey, you should come to Jamaica. You need to be a Rastafari or else." Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's so. Even aside from that, what is he trying to like pacify you to? What is he gatekeeping you away from, or anyone else? What is he trying to get you to go along and get along with, or is he trying to free you? Does any of Bob Marley's music, or does any of his behavior, or in any of his interviews and his speech, from what you can find and research with your own eyes and your own internet access, what about it, if you find it, please leave it for me in a link, leads you to leads you to the conclusion that he's hijacked city, that he's, an agent in disguise, that he's, like working for the Jamaican government, or that he's trying to pacify you, or like keep you dancing, keep you sleep. You can't find it. I haven't been able to find it. Someone finds it, leave a link. Crumb hasn't found it. Crumb is just saying that. Crumb, because he thinks that there are people, again, There are people that think that being the contrarian is like that's their role, that's their niche in life. They look for roles to be relevant, and they find the least crowded one. Oh wait, it's like being quote unquote conscious and quote unquote woke is like quote unquote cool nowadays, right? There's a reason I'm using all those words in quotations because I hate all those words with a deep passion. But so like he found that lane. He got excuse me, some subs, excuse me, and some juice. He got some subscribers. He got some attention, some clout. Um, so he got probably some attention from some women, and he probably gets a little check from YouTube. Um, like he tries to sell people, ticket packages to go on retreats to get for lectures. Like, yo, if you're paying for information from this guy, like if you subscribe, if you're one of his paid subscribers, because I know YouTube is doing that now, like, yo, like I'm gonna keep it respectful, yo. I'm gonna keep it respectful. There's so much I want to say, I can say. If I'm going for the comedic effect here, there's again easily so much I can say. But like, yeah, there's two types of people in this world. This is the most like I feel like powerful thing I could say in this circumstance. There's two types of people in this world: people who want to control you, or people who want to free you. Is he trying to free you? Is he trying to make you think, or is he trying to shape in a your opinion of someone? Is he trying to be a contrarian for the sake of some clout? Just ask yourself that. That's a question.
He deserved more credit than his stars.
Yes, Peter
Let me
Tosh
close
deserves
that.
more recognition.
What is this one?
What is recognition
Get Up,
worth?
Stand Up. The
Clearly,
story behind Bob
enough.
Marley's militant anthem. Bob Marley don't have no militant anthems. Every militant anthem Bob Marley ever came out
Was written by Peter Tosh. Got you. We already debunked that. We already know that you don't know what you're talking about. But I just again remember his exact words. Bob Marley don't have no militant anthems. I'm going to pull up some of his lyrics. Not even a lot, like it's only like 5 or 6 songs. This guy is really crummy.
out with came from Peter Tosh. If it was a love song, if it was something soft, if it was something catchy, Bob Marley probably wrote it. If it was something that was going hard, that came from Peter Tosh. There's a reason why the Wailers' Get Up, Stand Up sounds militant as it progresses. To find that reason, just look then up from Bob Marley in the 60s and early 70s, and you will be standing right there. Peter Tosh, the co-writer of the song and imposingly tall man who did not pussyfoot when it came to delivering a message. I'm not going to go too deep into that particular song and the other stuff he wrote. I just want you to know Peter Tosh is that dude. Now, outside of Peter Tosh, Bunny Wailer, remember, it's called Bob Marley and the Wailers. Y'all give so much credit to Bob Marley. Y'all don't talk about Bunny. You don't talk about Rita. You don't talk about Peter. These are, you can't talk about Bob Marley without talking about Bunny. You can't talk about Bob Marley without talking about.
First of all, you crummy individual, why would you put Rita Marley in that mix of people who deserve recognition or who deserve some, recognition or credit along with Bob Marley? Like, why would you do that? And then in the same video, like literally what he's about to do now is show you something else, show you another like random, like obscure website as some type of receipt that Rita Marley was behind the transitioning of Peter Tosh and Bob Marley. Even if on this site it's saying that Bunny Wailer says, I still would want to go get that source directly. Like I would want to like go directly to like wherever he got it from. Like if you have access to the internet, you can go find it for yourself. It just goes to show me again this more and more proof of his type of what he calls research or lack thereof. Again, like it gotta make it make sense. What are you talking about?
About Peter. You can't talk about Bob Marley without talking about Rita.
Like, okay, so then let's also throw in Lee Scratch Perry in that mix. Like let's throw in. I mean, there's a lot of people who were written out of the One Love movie who deserve credit. There's other members that like the members of the Wailers changed a lot throughout the years. There were a lot of members who came and went, who left. There are names that I should, have probably like written down for you that their names need to be mentioned. Some of them are no longer with us. But like, again, this is just clear evidence that this guy didn't do too much research. So, I mean, for example, like, let me just get these brothers' names because I don't want to like again, I don't want to be him. Okay, these are the brothers who I was thinking of. Again, this is not hard research. Aston Barrett, the Aston Family Man Barrett, they call him Family Man, and Carlton Barrett. Okay, they were brothers. Like, they were a huge part of the Marley sound, and they also were in litigation with Chris Blackwell and Rita Marley because of royalties not paid and just really crummy stuff that Rita Marley was doing when she, had control over Bob Marley's estate. For example, allegedly, and shout outs to Reggae Just Extra. I believe I have that right. Let me double check that. Yeah, Reggae Just Extra on YouTube. So I, again, went to his channel. Go subscribe to his channel. Run his views up. Comment. You know what I mean? Like, go to his channel and like from the videos I've watched, and when I did my own research, because I don't just listen to people talk, I go do my own research, see if they're lying to me or not. Everything has checked out thus far, but the reason I went there is because, again, according to that, like, Rita Marley was taking Rita Marley took the Barrett brothers, Carlton Barrett and Aston Barrett. Rita Marley, and I don't think that she has the power to do this. So obviously, her and Chris Blackwell, who is the founder again of Island Records, they're the ones. Okay, according to a video from the brother Reggae Just his channel, allegedly, either Chris Blackwell or we know it was him because he's the only one that can do it, but it benefits Rita Marley, who's in charge of Bob Marley's estate. Chris Blackwell and Rita Marley went and removed Aston Barrett and Carlton Barrett, their names, from the credits from certain songs that they contributed to. So, like, why? Like, again, why not? Like, it doesn't make sense that you like. It's clear. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Crumb? It doesn't make sense that you mention these names as people whose names need to be mentioned along with Bob Marley. It doesn't. Why is Rita's name like duh? First point. Second point, it doesn't make sense because why wouldn't you, if you're going to make that point, separate the people who contributed versus the people who were like blood sucking, like Chris Blackwell, Rita Marley? Why won't you just put Chris Blackwell's that? It makes as much sense for him to put Chris Blackwell's name in that mix when he's mentioning Bunny Wailer, who's the only other person he can name. Again, this guy didn't do any research, but it makes as much sense for you to put Chris Blackwell in that list of names you just listed. Like, what? Yes, he contributed to Bob Marley's career, but what did he do? Again, what did his actions continue to show when Bob Marley transitioned? And when Bob Marley, when it was just Bob Marley's last name and his money, when that's all that was there, when that's all that was left, just again, follow the money. People's actions don't they tell you who they are, but you just have to, again, know what you're talking about. You have to know what their actions actually are. It's crummy.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, dog?
Bunny Wailer, who the name the Wailers came from, says Rita Marley unalived Bob Marley and Peter Tosh. That's not what I say. That's what Bunny said. Let's go into it. I'm being funny. I'm being funny. All right, here we go. Bunny Wailer hatred for Rita Marley is no secret. But in a new letter published by the reggae legend, he went a step further to accuse Bob Marley of unaliving the Jamaican music icon. There's a lot of typos in here. History told us that Bob Marley died unalived from cancer. He was unsubscribed from Earth. But according to Bunny Wailer, he unalived from radioactive ash given to him by wife Rita and Christopher Blackwell. On May 11th, 1981, Bob Marley unalived from radioactive ash given to him by Rita Wailer said. This drug was given to Rita by Lloyd Christopher Blackwell to commit unaliving. This in the facilitating environment of 76 and 80 when the CIA placed an unusually large station in Jamaica, destabilizing the government of Manley and his supporters through the music that would have had the Wailers, Bob Marley, as a target. Bunny Wailer also accused Marley of plotting to unalive Wailer's band member, Peter Tosh, who was unalive.
All right. I ask you, just all right. So I can't not say it. This guy's dumb. I almost curse. I'm trying to get, I want this video to get to the biggest amount of viewers. So I'm trying not to curse, but I can't help but say, this guy is this is dumb. All right. First of all, someone tell me what radioactive ash is. Second of all, someone tell me, how does one get it? Okay, how does one get a hold of it? What does it do? In what form? Radioactive ash? In what form do you give someone this? Do you? These are questions. How did she give it to Bob Marley? Okay, according to Chris Blackwell gave Rita Marley some radioactive ash that he got from the CIA. We're going to come back to the CIA because it's a CIA agent who confessed to it, to the transitioning. But we'll get to that. What are you talking about? And then why don't you have these same questions is my question. Why do you just read that and go? This is what he's willing to accept. This is what he's calling a receipt, folks. This is what he is calling a receipt.
Unalived at his home. Quote, it was again Rita on 9/11 who again joined with Dennis Lobin to unalive Peter Tosh. Free One and Peter's doctor, along with injuring Carlton Santa Davis, Peter's drummer, Marlene Brown, and Free One's wife, respectively, Bunny Wailer said in his lengthy letter. This occurred as the pressure grew on her around the New York case where she took from Don Taylor $30 million of Robert Marley's money and was tried and found guilty of fraud along with David Steinberg family. When I say Steinberg, what race of people am I talking about? Rita Marley was in bed with the U's, with the Yokes. I'm not going to say the word, these people with the last name Steinberg. You tell me what type of people Rita Marley was in bed with. What type of people was Rita Marley in bed with? And she got found guilty. Your teeth, that's a joke. When I say teeth, I mean thief. That's how they say it in the islands. Your teeth, or maybe just Jamaica, I don't know. Anyway, so that's the end of that. Rita Marley unalived both of them. Now, you're probably going to say, Crumb, that sounds crazy. Well, let me ask you. Well, let me point this out. When Bob Marley unsubscribed from Earth, he was only worth 30 million. When Bob Marley unalived, when he unsubscribed from Earth,
only 30 million.
He was only worth 30 million.
It's crazy.
Tell me why Rita is worth 50 million. How the heck you worth more money than Bob worth? So Bunny didn't get no money. Peter didn't get.
This is definitive proof that this is a poor, misguided, crummy individual. Again, why not make the video about her, Crummy? Why not direct your smoke at her? I mean, again, right. It's when I did this research, this is what led me to the further, research on Rita Marley that I did. And like, again, it's like this, you see, he's just going to the first hit he gets, right? He Googles something, boom, he reads it to you. He doesn't apply any critical thinking. He doesn't go to another source. He doesn't check the credibility of the source. He just reads it to you and hopes that you're dumber than him or that you're like lazier than him. Like how many, I've been showing, like this has been 2 hours of me showing this.
No money. Bob didn't even really get no money. The owner, and this girl got 50 million. Bob didn't even get 50 million. How you get 50 million? Remember that movie, One Love, that wasn't even about Bob Marley. That was about Rita. The movie Bob Marley, One Love wasn't even about Bob Marley. It was about Rita. Go and watch the movie. It's a waste of your life. Yeah, Ziggy got money,
So
but
is
Ziggy don't got
Freedom.
more money than Damien. Damien got way more money than Ziggy. Y'all better do your research.
This guy is dumb. You can't put together the fact that Rita Marley is Ziggy's mom and that both of them were in on it, and you're a stone cold idiot. I tried to be respectful. I can't. I can't.
Obviously, family, I've done my research. Obviously, I have. DL, I would ask you.
Obviously, I've done my research is the punchline of the year, folks. If you got this far, if you made it to 2 minutes and 10 seconds and 40, 2 hours, 10 minutes, 40 some odd seconds of this video, first and foremost, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Second of all, I hope that payoff was worth it. That, in my humble opinion, that was the payoff. Like, if you clicked off here, I wouldn't even be mad at you. I'm gonna again try to keep as brief as I can. His video is almost done. It's hard to listen to. I've had to do it a lot, but like, yo, that is great. Obviously, I've done my research. Is like family size Captain Crunch, family sized Oops All Berries, off brand joints. You know, the big, like a, it's like a half a bot, like the bag is like, you know what I'm saying, like 3 gallons and that sized Oops All Berries, Walmart brand, Captain Crunch. Oh my, like sometimes the jokes write themselves, yo.
Please go do your research.
Please go do research. Yes.
So anyway,
That's the
what else
only
did I have to
true
share
thing
with
he
you?
said. Oh man, he's got more.
In the movie, they said Bob Marley got unsubscribed because somebody kicked him in the foot while he was playing soccer. Bob Marley got skin cancer from getting kicked in the foot from playing soccer. Family, that don't make sense.
Quickly, as fast as I can. As fast as I can. I know you're tired of interjections. This is the part I alluded to earlier. So again, anyone can go, like, I'm just gonna use his receipt. Yes, the CIA agent, this is something Oxford. I wrote his name down somewhere. Whatever the hell. I'm trying to keep this brief. Confessed to killing Bob Marley on his deathbed. Okay. This, like, to me, like, this again is stone cold proof what he's about to say, that he's an idiot. All right. He's saying kicked in the foot. If you watch the video or if you've read the article or whatever, it clearly says he put there was some type of cancer causing agent that was put in a needle and was put in a pair of shoes that was gifted to Bob Marley. Okay. So that's what the CIA agent is confessing to. Like, so you either clearly didn't read that very simple thing, or like you maybe he did read that and he does know that, and he's this entrenched into this stupid ass, like, whatever he's trying to prove. This dumb, he's super entrenched into this contrarian position that, like, he knows that, like, damn, the only way I gotta omit this blatant fact, I gotta omit this blatant connection in order to just to like continue to see this shit through, in order to like continue to like sell this. It's crazy. So you all right, I'm gonna let him talk. Listen to what he's saying.
You get skin cancer from being kicked in the foot. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a degree, But what was the last number we did? What was the? I think it was 3. I think I think we did 4. Did we do 4? Yeah, we did 3. Press 444 if getting skin cancer from getting kicked in the foot sounds sus.
What sounds sus is that you believe that. What sounds sus is that you either believe that or you don't know. You didn't read far enough to get to the part where that there was a needle in the shoes. Right, getting kicked in the foot doesn't make any sense, you moron. Right. So we don't need another number. That's his favorite thing to do. If you go watch some of his more recent videos, he like spams you. He begs you for interaction by making these dumb points and then, seeing like trying to get all the seals to clap in the audience. Like, and of course, the people who are like watching his videos, like, hey, like, I'm just going again. I tried to be nice earlier. I tried earlier, but I can't. Yeah, it's got to call it is. I can't. I'm not gonna tap dance for you. The people who are watching his videos are also right, like clout chasing and searching for their quick 15 seconds of fame, and maybe a couple new subscribers here, there, followers on Instagram, whatever. So like, right, like if you're dumb enough to get crumb fed information from Crumb TV, it's like those are the people who are like, watching this shit and clapping like a seal and shit and pressing 111 222 333 whenever he says some dumb stuff. Like, we got to raise the frequency in our culture. Like, we can't accept this. This is an unacceptable level of stupidity. Or is he just this dishonest? It's crazy, right? I don't know.
I'm not saying anybody in here is a doctor or anything else. I'm just saying if the math ain't mathing in your mind, if it just don't sound like that's how you get skin cancer from getting kicked.
If your logic ain't logic,
if the math ain't mathing, press 4-4.
If the logic ain't logicking, I'm not gonna ask you to do anything, but so whatever you do, whatever your reaction is, to this video, it is what it is. Let that be organic. But if his logic is logicking to you, or let me just pose that as a question: is his logic logicking? Has it been, like, just go watch his video, which is 59 minutes. Has it been for that? Like, has it been at any minute in that 59-minute span?
In the movie, which was not about Bob Marley, it was about Rita. They said Bob got skin cancer in the foot from getting kicked. The only reason that's bullcrap because there was a CIA agent by the name of Bill Oxley who already confessed on his deathbed that he one who gave Bob Marley a pair of Converse or some Adidas or something like that. And that's how he got cancer in the foot, melanoma. Your mama dark skinned Bob Marley. Now I know you got a white zaddy, but your mama dark skinned. How a black person get melanoma from being kicked in the foot?
You see what I mean? And then he goes back to, so the story, what happened. So then it goes to show you he's deceitful. It goes like the proof. There it is, right? You mean to tell me you can't put the connection? So the story, but then he either can't put the connection together that there's a needle in the shoe, the pair of shoes that was given to him, or he's again really this deceitful that he's trying to sell you that, like, y'all make it make sense.
Old boy already said he did it. And in the movie, one love, everybody. That's why I don't like Bob Marley. You trying to get along and protect the damn beast. Peter Tosh would have said it. Peter Tosh, in a Peter Tosh movie.
What are you talking? Bob Marley had nothing to do with the making of that movie, you crumbag. Second of all, like again, like what are you not getting? Why? How can you not connect the dot? Like why would you rather like, yo, we gotta hang on for a second. And I didn't whine at all. You gotta at least give me that credit. You gotta hear it again. This is shocking, appalling, astounding.
Some Adidas or something like that. And that's how he got cancer in the melanoma. Your mama dark skinned, Bob Marley. Now I know you got a white zaddy, but your mama dark skinned. How a black person get melanoma from getting kicked in the foot? Old boy already said he did it. And in the movie, one love, everybody. That's why I don't like Bob Marley. You trying to get along.
Why would you? So what he's saying is that, like, you're trying to debunk what happened in the movie. You already said you don't like the movie. We agree that the movie is Masuda. It's not good. It's a Rita Marley. It's really a Rita Marley biopic. So we're in agreement on that. How are you conflating the two, my guy? How are you using that as your source for where the story came from? Like, and as opposed to the CIA agent, you got to make it make sense. And then you put the cherry on the crumb cake. You say you tie it all back together and say that's why I don't like Bob Marley. If this were a Peter Tosh, I'm like, yo, you sound stupid as hell, my guy. You sound dumb as hell. The reason why I don't like, y'all heard it.
Along and protect the damn beast.
My bad.
Peter Tosh did it. Peter Tosh in a Peter. If that ain't mathing in your mind, if it just don't sound like that's how you get skin cancer from getting kicked. If the math ain't math, press 4 in the movie.
Because that's not what happened. Why do you keep going back to the movie? It's a jackass, yo.
Which was not about Bob Marley. It was about Rita.
Yeah.
They said Bob got skin cancer in the foot from getting kicked.
Right, cat. Right. If it says it ain't true.
The only reason that's bullcrap because there was a CIA agent by the name of Bill Oxley who already confessed on his deathbed that he was the one who gave Bob Marley a pair of Converse or some Adidas or something like that. And that's he got cancer in the foot, melanoma. Your mama dark skinned, Bob Marley. Now I know you got a white zaddy, but your mama dark skinned. How a black person get melanoma from getting kicked in the foot?
The agent said that he gave him a pair of shoes, bro. Where do you keep getting kicked in the foot from? Oh, I'm getting it from the movie. Well, you already said the movie was trash. So do you read anything? Do you I don't, man, I'm done. Done with this guy. He's buffering now. Of course, they're going to jam me up. All right, we almost had 2.5. Wrap this up.
Old boy already said he did it. And the movie, one love, everybody. That's why I don't like Marley. You trying to get along and protect the damn beast. Peter Tosh would have said it. Peter Tosh, in a Peter Tosh movie, they would have told the truth. Did Bob, a lot of people, Bob Marley, he was cheating on Rita, and Rita is a victim. According to stylecaster.com, in an article titled "Did Bob Marley Cheat on His Wife?" it said the two had a tumultuous but loving relationship as they continued their music careers. Both. You know how much both is? Both Bob and
Again,
Rita had affairs.
one source
I don't want nobody to come up here and talk good about Rita.
saying 3 issues. You're only going to one source. Where's the relevance here? Like, why even bring this up? 3, you earlier in the video, you said Bob Marley. Like, what does
Rita was garbage. Bro, Rita, respectfully, you not know Peter Tosh.
Rita's?
You not bringing what Peter Tosh is bringing. You not bringing what Bob Marley. If not for Bob Marley, Rita, you wouldn't be nobody. And you sitting here cheating on a high value man.
Like, he's all over. This guy is all over the place. You sound stupid. Is it fuck Bob Marley and Bob Marley's a white boy and he's Martin Luther King and he's not about the revolution, or is he a high value man? Like, he's all over the place with his Oops All Berries Walmart brand Captain Crunch is spilling all over the table, all over the kitty table. So somebody help this crumb. Somebody help him clean up the crumbs. It's all over the place.
Bob Marley's a high value man. You a backup singer. Stop playing with me. You cheating on your man. Stop playing with me, Rita.
Say anything to sound cool. Sound like he knows what he's talking about.
Let me see what else I got here.
You ain't had it.
Everybody talking shit about Peter Tosh because Peter Tosh didn't go to Bob Marley's funeral. Everybody talking ish because Bob Marley, because Peter Tosh didn't go to Bob Marley's funeral. Peter Tosh is a Rastafarian. According to that faith and that culture and that, whoa. Musicland, can you elaborate on that? Who said that? Who said that? Anyway, let me keep going. So with that said, the reason Peter Tosh didn't go to that funeral because in that culture, they don't mourn death, they celebrate at death. So stop with that American stuff. Oh, this is the video I wanted to play for you because old boy wasn't on that one-ish. He wasn't on that at all. Let me bring this up because we're gonna.
Bob Marley, Peter Tosh didn't go to Bob Marley's funeral, not because he was Rasta, and not because Rasta don't like you idiot. Bob Marley,
let me see.
He was salty. He never forgave Bob. There was no reconciliation. That's why he didn't go to the funeral. So, like, again, like, he just, boom, Google one source, regurgitate it to you as if you can't read and or don't have access to the internet yourself. Like, repeatable and observable stupidity.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Check this out, family.
Made mention of this, and I am also glad that representatives of EMI, my recording.
Sorry, I had to start over.
But I am glad you made mention of this, and I am also glad that representatives of EMI, my recording company, is here to hear you saying that bomb clock because these are the things.
Like, again, there's really no relevance for this video in his video or in mine, and I really just want to get him on record saying one more thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and like fast forward this a little bit. If you guys are interested in hearing this Peter Tosh interview, go type it in yourself. Like, it's what I've been saying all day, and I'm not saying that from a condescending standpoint. I'm saying, like, yo, don't ever let anyone crumb feed you information. Never, Don't believe anything I'm saying. Go do the research so you can know it. There's belief and knowledge. There's research, and then there's a crummy individual with a platform, with internet access, I mean, some type of working device in which he can, distribute his cat from.
That was one of his last interviews in the UK. After he did that interview, they unsubscribed him from planet Earth. To have had some part in having Peter Tosh unalived when he was fighting for his bunny.
Same thing here, like, just in case you're like, why you, don't, like, it's nothing to see here. Like, literally, I'm not, usually I use that in a very sarcastic, like, the one time, this might be the one time, the 0.1% time, like, I literally mean that. There's nothing, like, you can easily go get this video for yourself. It's the same thing. One receipt. He's reading somebody's comment on, I don't know what this is, but at this point, do you care? At this point, if you're still here, it's because you see this easily discernible pattern, and you're probably only here for the comedy at this point. But like, yeah, these are his receipts. At no point has he shown you any cross-reference information. At no point has he like gone to any like credible website. Like, so like this is 2 hours and change of me showing you the same thing. So that's why I'm skipping. Again, it's literally one other thing I want to get him on record saying.
And in real life, it's like Destiny's Child, a different vibe. But look who they dealt with over Michelle Kelly. Beyonce wins, and me personally, Kelly is better. Family, what did we do? What was the last number we did? The last one was 444. We did 444, right? Let me see. What was the last number we did? Yeah, no, I see. I thought we did 444. I'm almost sure. Let me scroll. Yeah, we did. Press 555 if you know just as well as I know Kelly Rowland is better than Beyonce, just like Peter Tosh is better than Bob Marley. It's a reality.
You see the
But we
connections
all
that he
know
makes?
Kelly Rowland
So
will
stupid.
never, nobody is going to support Kelly Rowland over Beyonce. Just like nobody in the industry is what I'm talking about. Just like nobody is going to support.
One quick question. What the hell has Kelly Rowland got to do with Peter Tosh?
Peter Tosh over Bob Marley. What are you guys talking about?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? And y'all want to sit here and Crumb, I can't believe you making a video called F Bob Marley. Bro, this video is called Peter Tosh Revenge. This video is called Peter Tosh's Revenge. Sis, you already know. You already know. You are complexion for the election. Thank you.
The name of the video is F Bob Marley. Everybody can read. Don't back away from it. See, again, he shuffles back, and then he's going to lean right back into it. This is the type of, again, I over and over and over, I'm showing you this guy's like shaky logic. Shaky logic is the best way I can frame this. I'm almost done. He
Family, y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know.
And then he leans back into it. Just wait for it.
Bob Marley is close to having the right skin because Bob Marley got light skin, and Peter Tosh is dark skin. He's a dark skinned, angry Negro with a gun. Well, it's a guitar. But let's just be serious, family. You will never hear a story of Peter Tosh outside of me. I've said what I've had to say. F Bob Marley. I stand on that. Peter Tosh's revenge. Let me end it on this, family.
There we go. That's it. That's all.
If you want to support Crumbs, you can take the dollar challenge by donating $1 to money.
That's it. That's it. If you want to support Crumb TV, you go right ahead. Like, I can't, sometimes the jokes write themselves. You guys would never hear about Peter Tosh if it wasn't for me. Crumb TV is another quotable. It's another Crumb quotable. Crummy quotable is the joke I should have made, but it's still there. I got my own offensive rebound and I slammed it back. That, like, this has been 2 hours and 30 some odd minutes of crummy quotables. Crumb TV, if you watch this, please steal that hashtag. You feel free. Yo, F Bob Marley, I stand on. 2 minutes after the name of the video is Peter Tosh's Revenge. Again, another Crumb, like, all right, yo. So I'm just gonna, in closing, like, I'm not gonna have a long dialogue for you. If you've made it this far, again, gratitude. I just want to show you, there were some comments that I wanted to show you. I don't even have them queued up. But what I'll do is I'll post them. And I might just go ahead and tag that. That would be the perfect ice on this cake. I'll post them. I'll tag Crumb TV. But what I'm going to do is close this guy's frequency because I'm cool. We're cool on that. You F Bob Marley. I stand on that. Is what I want his last words to be. Okay, so we're going to do that. Get that guy's frequency out of here. Now, so again, no speech, no closing remarks. Actually, Bob Marley is going to deliver the closing remarks. So we're just going to read. Just going to show you a few of his lyrics from just like a couple songs. One of the Crumb quotables. Bob Marley wasn't about the revolution, right? So see if that comes up. Good. Share that. All right. So, I mean, see what I did. Like, I'm sure I could have done it, a bunch of different ways, but forgive the crude way I did this. Just want to read a couple things to you. It's from Rasta Man Live Up. You can read it for yourself. My favorite part here, among this, part that I grabbed, my favorite part of this favorite part. Remember when Tupac said, I'm not saying I'm going to be the revolution, but I can guarantee you I'm going to spark the brain of the person who will. Okay, well, obviously, well, I'm not going to say obviously. Well, excuse me. You can tell tap is a thing I always use. Tapped in is tapped in, right? So like these brothers were definitely on the same frequency because it's literally like, if Pop did, I'm pretty sure Pop probably listened to Bob Marley or had this in mind. Like, I don't know. I can't prove that, but it's just, you can see it clear as day. You're one man walking and a billion man is sparking. Rasta Man Live Up. Bob Marley wasn't about that revolution. All right. So what else we got? Black Man Redemption. From quotable, Bob Marley wasn't about that revolution. Tell you about the black man redemption. Can you dig it? In the chorus, oh yeah, a black man redemption. Can you stop it? And Bob Marley, oh no. You can read it. I don't want to butcher this man's lyrics, but go listen to the song so you can feel the frequency itself. Coming from the root of King David, kinda we press the Sean, press the John. Like I don't, that's a whole nother. I'm gonna go to that. Like that's a whole nother video. We just got that. Oh yeah, okay. It's a repeat. I forgot to get Soja Say. That was one of my favorite songs. Another one of my favorite songs. Excuse me. So give thanks and praise. Like I just read it for yourself, folks. This is, again, him using his platform to give thanks and praise to the Most High. All right. So, okay. Let's see what else we got. I guess Peter Tosh wrote that. All right. Jump Naya Bingi. For my portion of understanding, for my little bit of research, like the word, we're just going to do quick word association, the word Naya Bingi to me means like wise man. That's what I've been able to ascertain. I'm not Rasta. I don't profess to be. So go do your own research, or I'm use your own senses. But quickly, that's what I take it as. So jump, wise man. Obviously, like rise. Okay, I don't need to break things down for you. Like if you can see, you can see. Go listen to the song, feel the frequency yourself. Love to see when you move with the rhythm. Love to see when you're dancing from within. What is he talking about? Crumb, what are you talking about? Crumb, how low is your frequency that you either never heard this or never bothered to go get it? It just goes to show me. I love to see when you're dancing from within. What is he? I mean, is he talking about, doing, the shuffle? Like, is Bob Marley making dance music? Is Bob Marley trying to make you dance? Is Bob Marley's music under the dance hall genre? It gives great joy to feel such sweet togetherness. You can read it for yourself. It's from the same song a little bit further. It reminds I of the days in Jericho. We keep on trotting down Jericho's walls. Excuse me. These are the days when we'll trot through Babylon, hijack city. We'll keep on trotting until Babylon falls. Crumb quotable. Bob Marley wasn't about that revolution. All right. Zimbabwe. No more internal power struggle. We come together to overcome this little trouble. Soon we'll find out who the real revolutionary is. We're finding out, aren't we? Because I don't want my people to be contrary. I'm only getting snippets. I'm really not even doing these songs justice. Top ranking. They don't want to see us unite. All they want to do is keep us fussing and fighting. Crumb wants us to keep us fighting. Crumb says bleep Bob Marley, and he wants us to argue. I'm not about to argue with nobody about who was better than who, or who was the better guitar player, or who was the better spouse, him or Rita Marley. Go get the facts for yourself. But don't let anybody feed you their little crumbs of cat. They don't want to see us live together. All they want to do is keep on killing one another. Babylon system. Read it for yourself. Sucking the blood of the children day by day. I feel like I don't need I don't need a no Diddy there. Like your frequency shouldn't even be in that. Your mind shouldn't even. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read that again. Babylon system is the vampire, sucking the children day by day. Let me say the Babylon system is the vampire, fallen empire, sucking the blood of the sufferers. there's more stanzas than this. You can go listen to the song yourself. Read it. Tell the children the truth. Crumb, tell us the truth, Crumb. Please. Stop giving your 40-something odd subscribers, 40-something K, excuse me, not 40-something odd, 40K, as in 40,000 plus subscribers. Stop giving them crumbs. And to those 40-something thousand subscribers, stop accepting crumbs. Like, you should have a lot more integrity than that, than to take somebody's crumbs off anybody's table. Tell us the truth, Crumb. Tell us how you really feel, Crumb. Ambush in the Night, the song Bob Marley made after he got shot. See them fighting for power, but they know not the hour. So they bribe him with their guns, spare parts, and money, trying to belittle our integrity. I feel like Crumb, again, you're the they. Kendrick Lamar, they not like us. Crumb is the they. He's trying to literally trying to belittle an hour for 59 minutes. He tried to belittle your integrity by questioning Bob Marley's integrity. When again, everything on record about that man is not up for debate. Like that might be the last thing that to be up for debate about him. You're going to question his morality, his him, objectifying. Like if you want to sit there and nitpick and tear down people, if that's what you want to spend your time and invest your energy doing, let me know how it works for you in life. But like, I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to man worship and say he's perfect. But again, like to say F him, to read or listen to his songs or be aware of any of his contributions, again, let's keep in mind how prolific he was. He's not like a underground rap artist. Like he kind of not low key, like high key, somewhat, along with the help of others, invented reggae as we know it now. So let's keep that in mind. That he is kind of like the father, not the god. Like he and several other people are he's the creator of the genre. So let's keep that in perspective. Also, again, you're as the creator of the genre, as the one who, if I'm even going to state it from the crummy narrative of the one who was hand selected and chosen by Chris Blackwell to succeed. Well, okay, why did he never at any point use his platform to try to rock you to sleep, get you to dance, try to get you a party? I mean, yes, he has singles, duh, but like, I mean, how many more? I got a few more songs I could pull up. Like, this is just off of like 2 or 3 albums. What did he use his platform for? Judge a man by the fruit of his labor. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the fruit of his actions. What did he use his platform for? What is Crumb using his platform for? All right. Positive vibration. Everybody can read it. This is more of like a radio, like an easy to find song, like not a deep cut. Self-explanatory. Crazy Ballhead. Very, very powerful song. Classic song that Crumb has obviously never heard. I mean, go read American Holocaust by David Stannard and tell me what's not a fact in this Bob Marley verse. I'm pretty sure Bob Marley didn't read that book. All right, I'm done. No lecture. If you're still here, thank you. Gratitude. Shit. See, rookie mistake, but there's something I shouldn't have done. Oh, all right, I'm back. But anyway, yeah. If almost 3 hours is a long video. I did not intend it for it to be this long. If you listen from start to finish, if you didn't, if you just got pieces, if you pause and come back, whatever you do, however you are able to absorb this, my message has been the same from when I started till when I end recording. Gratitude. Stop accepting crumbs of information. Go do your own research. Peace, love, like, again, don't let people sell you division. Dumb people look for division. I tried, and again, Crumb TV, if you're listening, if you get this part, like, please feel free. You see my IG handles. I answer all my DMs if it's relevant. It's not spam. You know what I mean? So I'm not hard to find. We can debate anything you want to at any point in time. Like, you know what I mean? So like, there's also that. That's not like a challenge on some manhood, tough, penis measuring shit. Like, this is like anytime you want to have a conversation, bro, you want to reach out. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't be hard. So there's that. Love, Reign and Power, Bob Marley. Reign and Power, Peter Tosh, Buddy Whaler, and anyone else whose names I did not write down in preparation for this video, who was associated with that movement, and who just had a frequency that was pure. Love.